Hey guys, welcome back to the Rabbitat Homestead. So today I just thought I would give you a update on what we have going on. So I've been doing a chicken series, and I don't have anything every week. Right now they're just kind of growing, and there's only so much that I can put out there on chickens. So kind of in between while they're growing out. Until the processing time, I thought I would just kind of do a video and show you what we have going on here. We have a lot of fun stuff happening. We have 3 litters and they're different ages, so it's pretty cool. And then I'm gonna go take care of the chickens, move them, and take care of all the rabbits and kind of show you, what summer's like here in New Hampshire for us. It's really nice, and our garden is thriving right now, so we have lots of fresh stuff to give our rabbits, and they are loving it. So let's go and we'll take care of the chickens first, and then we'll get to the fun part and I'll show you the rabbits. So the Buff Orpingtons are now 9 weeks old, and they're due to be processed the first week of July. The Cornish crosses are 8 weeks old. They're a week younger than the Buff Orpingtons, and they're due to be processed the middle of July. So what I'm thinking we're gonna do is we're probably gonna wait to process the Buff Orpingtons and process them with the Cornish crosses in the middle of July to give the Buff Orpingtons some time to catch up a little bit. And I'm also thinking about, so we'll process all of the Cornish crosses and some of the Buff Orpingtons in the middle of July. And then I was thinking about holding back a few Buff Orpingtons to let them grow a little quicker so we can have some bigger roasters. And it'll probably just be a handful, maybe 10 of them or less. So we'll process most of them and then raise 10 of them a little bit longer, maybe a few more weeks until they're a little bit bigger, and then we'll process them then. So this is how I've been raising them. Every day, every morning I come out here, I'll lift it up on this bucket, I'll let them all out, I'll sprinkle a little bit of food. I won't give them a whole lot because I want to encourage them to eat and forage from the grass and eat the bugs and stuff. And then once they're all out and they're all scattered eating the food that I spread out, I'll take the bucket down, I'll move this a whole entire space forward so they have fresh grass. And then they'll naturally go in at night. I'll relift this up on the bucket, and they'll naturally go in at night and they'll have a fresh thing of grass. And then when it gets dark, I'll come out here and I'll lower this back down on the ground. And then the next morning I'll come out and I'll do the same thing. So they're being raised free ranging every single day. And they mat down this grass very quickly, but I like to move it so that they can sleep on fresh grass and they can be a lot more healthier. But here are the bare spaces from the chicken tractor. You can kind of see it a little bit. Some of the grass is growing back there. We do have the 2 chicken tractors, and I did have both of them lifted up at one point, but they've just been gathering in one tractor at night, so I've just been using the smaller one, and it works out fine because they free range every day. So that is exactly why I don't like Cornish cross chickens. That right there. So while they're free ranging and foraging and enjoying their time outside, let me point out for a second here that those are all Buff Orpingtons running around foraging. And then all my Cornish crosses are pretty much doing this. Now let me also mention that these Cornish crosses, they have the opportunity to be very active. You know, I raise them with all this space to forage and run around. All the Buff Orpingtons are over there foraging for bugs in the leaves back there. But the Cornish cross are just hanging out in the chicken tractor. And I don't raise them in confinement at all, so they are able to get plenty of exercise, and this is what they do. All right, so while I'm walking out to the garden over there, I wanted to point out, you know, at the beginning of our chicken series, we were raising our meat birds when they were little chicks, and we first started putting them out in tractors over here by the house. And can you see the dark green line right there? You can tell right where our chicken tractors were. You can see how green the grass is from where we were moving the chicken tractors as compared to where, you know, you can see all that light grass where we didn't have the chicken tractors. So it's pretty neat. All right, so that's the update with our chickens. Pretty simple. Right now I'm just waiting for them to grow. My next video is probably going to be on processing day, and so keep an eye out for that. But right now, every day my chickens are just free ranging and foraging, and just waiting for them to grow until processing day. So that's enough with the chickens. Now let's get to the fun part, and I'll show you how all my rabbits are doing. I already took care of them. They already have everything they need for the day. I gave them their hay, their food, their water, and I also picked some things from the garden, and I'll show you that. But let's go see how they're doing, and I'll kind of give you an update on what we're doing on the homestead and how things are going, and our plans for the summer. So let's go. All right, so these babies are 5 weeks old. So these are pure Rex rabbits. We actually got rid of our Rex buck. He was a broken black and white buck. We actually got rid of him because we're trying to get away from Rex rabbits. So this is our only litter that we have full Rex right now, and they're on the smaller side. We have 2 Rex does, and we're thinking about getting rid of one or maybe both of them and replacing them with silver fox. So these rabbits are due to be processed at the end of July. So July is going to be a busy month for us because we're going to be processing our meat birds, and then the end of July we'll have 2 litters of kits to process at the end of July. Now these baby rabbits are pure silver fox, and they are 3 weeks old now, and they're due to be processed in August, the middle of August. Aren't they adorable? I know. But yes, 3-week-old silver fox baby rabbits. So we have a litter of 3-week-old baby silver fox rabbits right now, and I believe we have 8 of them, I'm pretty sure. And then we have 7 pure Rex rabbits, which this will be our last litter of purebred Rex rabbits, because like I said, we got rid of our Rex buck. And then over here, we have our other Rex doe, and these rabbits are gonna be half silver fox, half Rex. Their father is a Rex buck. So they're gonna be bigger than the purebred Rex rabbits that you just saw. So these ones are also due to be processed the end of July, because they were born on the same day as the purebred Rex rabbits. We are gonna keep this rabbit as one of our does. She's, you know, half silver fox, half Rex. But we'll be able to breed her in September, October time. We usually start breeding them around 5 to 6 months old. So we will be able to breed her at that time. But she's very docile. We always try to find a very calm breeding rabbit. But we think she'll be a good addition to our homestead for sure. She'll actually probably replace one of our Rex does. Now this is Lucky. She's 4.5 months old. She was born the beginning of February, and you know, we kept her from one of our litters. She's also half silver fox, half Rex, but she was brown. We wanted to add some color to our litters, so we kept her, and she's really docile as well. So she's a good rabbit, and we will be breeding her this fall. She's 4.5 months old, and we usually start breeding at 5 to 6 months old. So this fall we'll rebreed. We'll rebreed Lucky here. We named her Lucky, I know, haha. Rebreed her. She'll be about almost 6 months old when it comes time this fall to rebreed our rabbits. So it's too hot right now. They have litters now, but we're not going to rebreed them until the weather starts cooling down, which is in the fall. So we're not going to rebreed them for a couple months. Probably in, you know, the end of September, early October is when we'll start breeding again, depending on the weather. It usually starts cooling down by then. So this fall, I'm going to be rebreeding all my rabbits, and I'm going to be doing a complete series on rabbits. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be starting that this fall once I breed them, and I'll be going through everything. So keep an eye out for that. And this is Earl. He is our one and only buck. We did have 2, but like I said, we got rid of our broken black and white Rex buck because we're trying to weed out Rex and get all silver fox for the most part. So I really would prefer to have 2 bucks. I really don't like having just one. I like to be kind of self-reliant in that way. I worry that if something were to happen to my buck, then I wouldn't have one. So I've had to build a lot of rabbit hutches to kind of accommodate for the rabbits that we have, because we keep expanding. But you know, raising rabbits is just going so well for us. So we're gonna keep building more hutches as we need them. But I definitely want to get another silver fox buck at some point, because I just don't like, you only need one. One buck can service many does. You only really need one. I prefer to have 2 in case something happens to my buck, one of my bucks. That way I always have a backup. But that's just my preference. That's just the way I like to do things. So we'll probably be getting another one pretty soon. All right, so I have to share this with you guys. We completely got rid of our egg layers. I know, it's kind of weird. We've had egg layers from the beginning of our homestead, and now we don't have any, and it's weird. But we sold them to another farm a couple towns away, and they're doing really well. Here's a picture of them in their new home. So we're all done with our egg layer chickens, and they're at a new home, and we're gonna be taking this down. So we said goodbye to them a week ago now, and we're still finishing off some of the eggs that we had from them. So it was kind of bittersweet, but we're off to other things now. So instead of egg layers, we're going to be doing quail. We have quail on order. They're set to arrive next week, and we're really looking forward to it. We've, been looking in and thinking about doing quail for quite a while, and Alex is actually building a hutch for them right now, and they're going to be arriving next week, so we'll be all ready for them. Rabbit and quail, I think, are really going to be our main focus on our homestead. We've never done quail before, so we have a lot to learn. So we'll take you along that journey. We definitely, we're not experts at anything, rabbits, quail, chickens, we're learning as we go, and we're just kind of taking you along with us and sharing some information that we've learned along the way. So we'll take you along, and you can kind of see how it goes with us raising quail. So yeah, it's weird. Our egg layers are gone, but with the quail, we'll be getting very small eggs. So we'll still have eggs, and then we're also going to process them for meat as well. So, and I think they're going to be a lot easier to process, whereas these meat birds that we're raising right now, it's just my husband and I who process them, so it's a lot of work. So honestly, I think we're going to do away with chickens altogether. We haven't completely decided on what we're going to do. We kind of want to do quail first and see how that goes before we get rid of all of our chicken stuff. But we're leaning more towards rabbit and quail. So we'll see how that goes, and you can come along with us, and we can share our adventure with you. All right, guys, so thanks for coming along and seeing what we have going on our homestead. We have a lot of stuff going on this summer. July and August are going to be pretty busy for us. We're going to be harvesting a lot of meat, and we're going to be all set for winter. So we're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, thanks for watching and coming along with us, and we'll see you in the next video.